Okay, guys, let's go through the instructions for virtual learning. Like I said, a lot of different teachers are going to have different expectations for you guys over the next couple of weeks. Mine is to keep it as simple and routine as possible. I know you guys have a lot of different stresses on you, and there's going to be a lot of information out there, so I'm just going to keep it simple, have there be one resource basically for you guys to use. Just so it's not too complicated. So make sure you're following along as I read through these instructions for virtual learning. They are posted on your daily announcement. They're just attached right there. So pull them open, and maybe you can do a split screen, possibly. You can watch me while I read through some of this. Just follow along and make note of what we're talking about here. So it says, hello, and welcome to the future. Certainly none of us could have predicted these wacky circumstances, and if you did, shame on you for not telling anybody else. The purpose of this document is going to provide you with some rules and expectations, especially in regards to this particular class. And we've come a long way already in this second semester. I think you guys have progressed pretty far, and I'm not going to let some silly virus get in the way of our fun learning environment and our very productive learning environment. So rule number one, expectation number one, is just to do your work. There's going to be reading assignments and review questions, and really the only way I'm going to be able to grade you guys is if you do your work, right? So as much effort as you put in, that's the grade you're going to get in this class. So there's not going to be any time for you to use your charm in my class. You can try and do that in classroom discussion, but for the most part, just doing your work, you'll get a great grade. Second expectation is going to be to keep the good stuff going. So I was really enjoying coming into class every day, teaching you guys about the Gospels. A lot of great classroom participation, people being inquisitive. And I really don't want to lose that just because we're doing things online. So in our classroom discussion, remember, your tests are going to be based on your classroom discussion. So the better the discussion is, the easier the test will be. Does that make sense? Third expectation, email. Email is going to be the main form of communication. So just make sure you are communicating via the email. Don't be trying to message me in some other weird way, like pigeon mail or something stupid like that. Number 4, attendance. Just like all your other classes, daily attendance is going to be taken by you responding to a daily question. So for theology classes, that's going to be via an examen. So you need to make sure you're checking on that. Homework is going to be posted in the afternoon announcement. I'll also let you guys know what the homework is before 3 p.m. so that way you can kind of get a head start on it. There's no reason that, if you guys get all your other stuff done before that, there's no reason you guys should have to wait till 3. So I think that's kind of fair of me to do that for you guys. That way you have the afternoon to do more stuff, like sit in your house for longer. Yay. And then for rules and behavior. So one of my biggest fears for virtual learning is that you guys might kind of abuse the power of virtual learning. So I don't want you guys to become too lax. I like having a lax classroom environment, right? But sometimes when you're behind a screen, you have a tendency to be a little bit more rude or say snarky comments that maybe you wouldn't say to someone's face. So just make sure that I'm watching those comments, and I'm going to hold you to the same standard. I haven't figured out what to do yet for a virtual jug, but I'm sure we can think of something. I'll take suggestions. And then secondly, as far as cheating goes, it's going to be hard to monitor, obviously. I'll say no cheating if we have a test in a video, but I'm mostly going to be doing review questions that are very difficult for you to cheat on. Like, you guys are all going to have different questions to answer, so I'm just going to make it kind of impossible to cheat. And if anything, it's going to be harder for you to cheat because all your answers will be posted virtually. And so if you have the same answer as somebody, then it's going to be very obvious. I don't know. So just, have some integrity, boys. And then lastly, daily class. There's rules for daily class right there. Kind of stuff I've already gone over. Nightly homework. And then other. Give me your genuine effort. I'm giving you as much effort as I possibly can. I'm filming things in my house, which is weird. Yes, that's a fiddle right there. And I have a piano over there. And it's a chimney back there. And some paintings and stuff. If you prefer me to do a different classroom setting, maybe I can go outside if there's a nice day. I'd be totally fine with that. And then secondly, virtual lunch sadly will not be provided. I'm very upset about this. I was kind of hoping they could give us drone meals or something. Come on, Flick. It's ridiculous. So anyways, those are my instructions for the class for today. Our next slide, we're going to be looking at the schedule.